Hello and welcome to my recording, the demonstration for the coffee machine that was built for the project in the course 1DT305. I have built a smart coffee machine, and we can start by looking at Telegram, which is the interface that I've used for the server, and then a way to communicate with the coffee machine and the database. So, /start, /help, we get a couple of commands. These are the functionalities that I've implemented. Brewing, and then as well a couple of additional stuff such as scheduling it, timer. Sometimes you want to brew for a certain amount of time, which is basically brew and keeping it warm. Uh, and then you want to warm and keep the coffee machine warm, and off to turn it off, and generate two types of reports. Basically, why do we need these reports? These reports are essential to the coffee brewing experience. At 93 to 95 you get the optimal brewing temperature, and then at a bit higher is the optimal warm temperature, and that's why the plate is often hotter than what the coffee machine is able to produce when you basically brew the coffee. So we can test out by brewing a cup of coffee. As I don't have a button presser, it's going to be simulated by this LED light that's going to flash blue to indicate press the button, and then green to press the button to turn on the coffee machine. And then the other way, press the button, and then red is to press the button to turn off the coffee machine. So we turn on the coffee machine before the brewing is done. I have shortened the period so that for this purpose of this demonstration, it has sent that it's done, and then as well it has sent a temperature reading to the database. This is going to be shown later in the report that we are going to generate either by text or either by looking at the dashboard. What now I want to do is to warm 01, let's say 1 minute and 30 seconds. As we get a reading every 15 seconds, we can track how well it is warming up the temperature. Often it is going to look something around the lines of it's going to be starting off at like 29, going up a bit. So now it's telling me, alright, the warming process has started. It pressed the button and it logged the initial temperature. So what we can do is, first of all, we can just not press the button. And we can see that it is gonna know if the coffee machine is off. Tell me now again, press the button while it's logging the data. So I can press the button, and now it's not gonna flash anymore because it is in the state that it wants to be. But at the same time, it's still gonna log the things for us. So it's gonna log. You can see the temperature is already starting to increase as I've put on the warming plate, and all of these information is stored in the database. And once the warming is done, it will send that the coffee is warm, and enjoy your cup of coffee. And all my equipment are going to go bonkers because I have Telegram on every laptop debugging this thing, but essentially it's going to be only on the phone. And let's see. And then when it's done, let's say that we turn it off. Now it's telling me, alright, turn it on. That's not the state I want to be in. But it's already going up to 40. And then I think it should be the last reading. And then it's going to tell us, alright, it's time for me to stop. And as you see here, it's already in the state that it wants to be because I turned it off, so it doesn't flash in the end. Blue, red to indicate, alright, I want to go. I want to shut down. And so this is a really nice abstraction if this is ever a project that is going to be applied to multiple coffee machines, as you can just go into the actuator handler and program something that suits your own coffee. So after a while, it's going to say, alright, you've brewed your coffee, you have warmed your coffee. I'm guessing you're not going to drink coffee in the next hour or two, so why not just deep sleep and save some energy? And now let's create some reports. So if we create a report warm, we can see that, all right, this is the last 50 values that were measured and the average, total average. So these are the values. We have taken in account outliers because, yeah, you can filter out outliers if you wish to. And these are the times. These are the most recent ones. And it's pretty handy, like if you want to just look at some data without going into Grafana or any of these, which I think can be bloatware if you're gonna have them all. So let's look at the brewing temperature. Look at the brew, and it will show you the temperatures for like the brewing and the times. I had to populate the data a bit. I don't know how well humidity is a measure, but as we have the DH11, it's still good to log it. And as the light from the button is very dim, I had to isolate it because it could get easily polluted by the environment. And this is why this thing is covering up the light so that no pollution can enter from outside, such as daylight or just light, overhead light from the kitchen. And yeah, there are better ways to implement it, but this should suffice. I don't think it is very nice to have. Very nice to have it, as other people might find it annoying to have such an appendage right on the coffee machine button. And yeah, but a bit of mechanical work, it could easily be fixed. Much for watching, and I hope that if you are interested in this, that you can find my tutorial helpful into implementing a similar smart coffee in your house. But yeah, enjoy.
Hey, does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee?
What the fuck is going on, man?
Do you want coffee?
Listen, you're fucking...
I just made coffee. Does anybody want coffee? Who wants...
that.
Buddy, do you want coffee?
I need that, man. I need that to
Do you
make
want
coffee.
coffee?
No.
I just made coffee. Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee?
Call a cop.
Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee?
Fucking guys, give me the...
Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee?
Give me the fucking thing
Who
back,
wants
man.
coffee?
These fucking...
Does anybody want coffee? Do you want coffee?
Brooklyn guys.
Who wants coffee? Does anybody want? I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee?